Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to my YouTube channel and or my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So as always, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. If you haven't done that yet, I invite you to take that opportunity now to do that, now or at the end of the video. If this resonates you, feel give it a thumbs up or a comment. That I'm always looking curious to see how it pans out for people. Okay, where was I going with that? I have a different little spiel in my mind, and I'm changing things up all the time, and spirit will come in and block something. Well, kind of block something out, and then I'll end up going on another spiel. So there may be something about you going back and forth or whatever, or feeling a little bit well, I'm hearing the word discombobulated at times, with not just with some sort of with conversations in general about being about something or somebody saying something, and or somebody putting a thought or something in your head, and it's like, I'm not sure what they really mean about that, or even like I think sometimes what I'm hearing sometimes is maybe you're discombobulating yourself. So anyway, welcome. And I just want to also remind everybody that these reads are general, so they may or may not resonate with you, like right now when you're hearing it and listening to this. So it may be more of a forecast for you, which is why it doesn't make sense to you fully right now. But the other thing is, like, check out what your other signs are saying as well. I do encourage that because it can give you a fuller comprehensive overview about what is happening, especially if some of this isn't like fully resonating with you, and that can fill in the gaps for you and just bring it a little bit more information forward for you. The other thing is, where was I going with that? I did have something in mind. Okay, anyway. Where are they going? Okay, we're wanting to get going now. Okie dokie. Oh, that's what I was going to say is, so this is for Scorpio, not Scorpio, just finished doing Scorpio. There may be a Scorpion in your life, which maybe they may be playing a little bit of havoc at the moment, or interfering, jumping in, which is kind of like what I've just felt like that was now. But anyway, so there may be, check out what your other signs are. So this is for Scorpio, for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So for some of you, there is definitely a Scorpion that's in there. That's the second time a Scorpio energy has popped in, and one time, and a Capricorn in another reading. So it's like, whoa, what's going on there? So anyway, we're going into doing news now, Sagittarius, for the month of April 2021. Okay, so here we go. The World is the first card up. So this is like in not so much a general overview for you could say. So here is the World here, and the Angel of Love. And the World is number 29, okay, with this one. The Angel of Love is number 49. And we have the 6th chakra here with Archangel Metatron here. And that card is number 40. And then Envy is number 20. So there may be something going on here. We'll see what happens, what comes up for yous with the World. So this is like a mind, body, soul, spirit, a spirit, soul energy going on here. With yous, with all the reads actually, but I've actually use the first that I've pulled these cards out as an overall energy that's just been generally the tarot this round. So we'll see what comes up with the World. So I feel like with the World there is something new with relationships. That's something new and something ending. So with 2, for me, they talk about relationships, and it could be someone coming in or leaving, going out. There could be, new people coming in and new people leaving within, whatever relationship that is that you have with the person around you at the moment. Could be, a partner sort of a thing. Could be a family member or, whatever. a work relationship as well, or a business relationship, partnership. But there's something about the world, and sometimes we need to let go of people and things, or make shifts with things and energies, like bringing in new people, and that to open our world up that little bit more. But this is, I'm just being noticed to, and like something is coming to an end with some of you as well, with a partnership or in some way. Okay, there we go. Okay, I want to take those ones and that one as well. Whoa, okay. And so, but then I'm adding them together and it's like 11. So there is definitely, but when we're letting go of something, or we're moving through something, even though it's a 9, there's a 10 for me is about transition, and 11 is like moving into that new beginning, basically. Oh gosh, this is like coming out like all over the place. So the angel of love here, 49. So there's a little bit more grounding within in that energy of love is where I'm hearing that they're talking about there. So this could be a love relationship for some of you. But I mean, even if it is like a child or a partner, or maybe a partner, maybe shifting or moving or something like that, a shift in that sort of way. But the angel of love there, and I just feel like it's more about like staying in that love energy and moving and taking action with love, rather than going in with a not so good energy, basically. Okay, or feeling as much as you can anyway. And then we have the 6th chakra here with number 40 with Archangel Metatron here. So the 6th chakra is the 3rd eye here. So it's working with that, your spiritual eye, and what you're saying spiritual, because it's interesting, it's coming in the spiritual there. So it's like, getting in touch with that side of you. Not necessarily saying that, this is for some of you that maybe you may be working with spirit in some way or form in a healing or doing this sort of thing. But others of you, they're not necessarily meaning to like do this if that's something that you don't want to do, but it's more like looking from opening that 3rd eye up, in the sense of getting another view, or another take another perspective on something or some things that are around you. So, and that's where I feel like they're going with that for some of you, or a lot of you, depending on where you are. But it's like finding that grounding as well. I feel like if you're going to get into this is about grounding you, or getting some sort of growth or education, or through doing different courses, but definitely getting some grounding in with whatever it is that you for them at the moment, if you're getting into this work. And it may be that some of you are already into this work, and this is starting to expand a little bit more, and you're maybe seeing different things. So it's like grounding yourself in here, okay, as well. But number 20 is interesting. The 4 is about grounding. 0 is about a new beginning, basically, or moving into a new phase. So there is something where, something you've maybe learned something, or you're feeling more grounded in something, so you're ready to take on something new, or see something through a different set of eyes. Okay, that's where they're going through it, or from a different perspective. Envy there on a soul level here, number 20. So there may be something to do with relationships that there's a new sense or a different way of looking at a specific relationship that you may have been envious of, or the way a relationship like with others, because there's 2 there and the 0 again. So something is shifting. It's like, because I'm looking at this card, and there's this shadow, or this energy and the dark cloak in there, but I'm seeing fire or flames at the back there. I'm seeing it as that, or add light. But something is shifting. It's like something is moving or burning away. It's like from that. And it will be, it may be a past life thing that's come up for you, a situation there, but it may be something else. But I just feel like, once again, this is like looking at something, or somebody may be envious of you, and maybe you've gone, or it could be that you've been envious and you've just figured that out about something or someone, or some sort of relationship in some way. Okay. But it's like that's done, that's over. And what I'm hearing is like there's moving into a different space of thinking. But if you like whatever it is, because I'm just going back to that, whatever it is, I feel like there's a dual thing going on, that maybe you and something else or somebody else, well, as well, but there's something moving through there, and it's definitely walking in love, okay, that will help with that healing process, as well as, like, you know, for you and that whole situation, so you can release it. Because here's the Judgment card and it's in reverse, so there may be a little bit, it may be a bit challenging for you to get your head around it, so you may be resisting in a way. I'm saying resisting, I don't always say resisting, but it's like maybe you are getting your head around, it's finding it challenging to get your thoughts ahead around about, you know, forgiveness of yourself and or others, or bloody blah, or the situation, but also there's a sense of grief around it as well. So but the more you like look within or move within, that will start to shift, and then there's that sense of freedom, that sense of judgment is about, you know, the like setting yourself free of judgment, of fear, of being different, of change and that sort of thing, but of exposure as well. Maybe that's the other word that comes out, but whatever it is, it's about setting yourself free. So I'm going to turn that around. And the angels there are there to help you, and your guides and helpers. So I'm working with they're working with me more so now, or vice versa, with a collective group of star energies, or what they call high vibrational energies, or multi-dimensional energies, depending on which way you look at it, that are, you know, like the Pleiadians, the Lemurians and Syrians and so forth, energies coming together as a collective, and this group of are called the guardians of the light, or the gatekeepers of the light. Some of you may know them as that, or and yeah, the guardians of the light is how they came to me and to talk to me about them. So anyway, but that's kind of where they're going, is like bringing in some healing, so they just know that they're there. So there's a little bit of resistance in a way here with this card here, with the Five of Pentacles there, and maybe of like, there's, you know, like, because this is in reverse now there, so there may be a little bit of, yeah, I'm going to go with the word resistance, or a little bit of like getting your head around about giving and receiving as well, with this card here for some of you. So it's like sometimes we've got to give a little to receive a little, and sometimes we've got to be open to receive as well as give a little, okay, vice versa. So, but if this is like what on the physical level, this is about, you know, going into, or you're going in, or looking into going into something, grounding yourself, and helping to find a way, because I'm just reading this like with the 4 and the 9, to ground yourself and to help end a solution, but moving in with the energy of love. You know, love is the greatest power of all. So this through your physical movement. So shifting that. So, you know, when we shift our perspective or shift that energy, it's like, you know, there is, you know, things start to balance out, and we're able to give and receive in an amazing way. Okay. So being open to that. But there is probably, because these two were in reverse, that something on a spiritual level, something's going to come up that will probably help you get out of that resistance, if you to like turn things, get you to see things from another perspective, okay, with the Tower. So some of you may not be ready for it, some of you may be ready for it, whatever it is that comes up. So generally, whatever it is happens suddenly, where there is some sort of sudden change in some way or form, where there is a shift, that we, you know, in a way we have no option but to see something, and or to help shift an idea or a perspective in some way or form. So to help shift, you know, to help us to move a lot more, a lot better in life, a lot more happier in life, and blah, 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 so on and so on. But then, like with that, on a soul level, this is in reverse as well. So this is number, you know, 4, the 4 of Swords in here. So it's like, don't resist, like taking some time out, okay? So this is like what the word that I get with this card is like convalesce, taking a rest, taking some time, not letting yourself get, absorb it, but this is like you're going within, basically. So taking a little bit of time to rest when as this comes up. So often if we don't, we just keep going, we're not going to get that, and we just create more havoc with ourselves. So they're just saying take a rest, because it may like really scatter you and throw you around a bit, and mentally and emotionally, but it's all something that I feel like you've probably felt like it's coming, but it's time to like, obviously, like they're going to bring that up to like deal with it, to move with it. Okay, so then we have like a bit of a struggle and frustration here with the Five of Wands. So it's like in the mind about getting your head around it again. But this is about, okay, but you must like, this cards are turning around here. So in a way you must like get over it or work through it, communicate your truth to yourself and to others, and express that. Or and that's because sometimes I feel like with some of you, it's like you may be like holding off, or you may be over expressing it. So just being mindful about how you do express it, so to create less, stress and frustration. So this is where they're talking about this one here going into, something comes up and it helps you to like see something about yourself that you may need to be working on with you. But do take some time out to rest with it, and sit with it, lie with it, whatever, so you can process it and take responsibility for what is yours and not somebody else's, but it's like sending it love anyway, as you're moving through that. So there may be something coming up that will, again, like some sort of struggle and frustration that's there, but there's something tweaks, because there's there's something here which is in the Six of the Four of, before that. Okay, I'm reading it upside down. So then we have the Four of Wands here, and I feel like this is about looking back to how like there was this celebration. So in a way, it's like I'm hearing like this hold up. Just take a step back. 1 minute you were like this, and there was some sort of celebration and a coming together, and being with some sort of ideas and on the same page is what I'm hearing. But somehow something went a little bit awry. So there is, I'm hearing like, there's that discernment about, is this my stuff or is this your stuff, or am I overthinking it, or am I blah, 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 underthinking it, whatever it is. But then we have the Knight of Cups coming through. So this could be something for some of you, may definitely be about a relationship, a romantic one. Others of you, it may be like a relationship that comes in like on a love perspective, as in like friends or family members, where there may be something going on. But this Knight of Cups comes through here, so he's pretty chuffed with himself. I feel like he's like, his cup is, don't know if it's full, but he's walking around like, trotting around, prancing around like it's full. But he's got a big smile on his face, and it's like, for some reason there, he's achieved something with the Knight of Cups. So he's not galloping, but he's like moving proudly on his horse, and he's got his cup up. So he's ready to move forward with whatever it is, okay? And he's extending his arm out a bit, okay? But not right out, but it's like he's there, keeping that balance of not careful not to spill anything, okay? So there may be, you're starting to like, I feel like get more in touch with your emotions, basically. And also with that is like intuitively more in touch with your intuition, because this is about like, too, when I'm looking at this could be something like a new learning as well, which it will be with whatever you're going through. So, and like I mentioned, some of you may be on this spiritual journey that is like bringing up some stuff with you about you that it's like, oh well, I've never really like thought about it that way, but there's something moving on. So there's some sort of success or achievement in there as he's moving on. So this, the Knight of Cups could also be the Lovers. So there's maybe something that some sort of offer is coming your way, because you're starting to open up the gateway or the doorway, like of shifting your perspective of things and see things for what they are. So there's some sort of offer that's coming your way. Could be with a romantic relationship, I'm saying that, but it could be also something else, because we have the King of Pentacles here, but he's in reverse, okay? I'm going to turn him around. So there may be something about an older male figure maybe blocking your way with that. So whether you're a male or a female in this reading, don't just, they're not, I'm not gender specific with these. It depends on what's going on, but I feel like obviously these ones are you. So this is your struggle and frustration, and this is like you're going back. It's old, like hold up, go back. It's take a, like wait a minute. Hang on, I was like that before. Now I'm not. But that's like, so this is you may be an empath there. But I'm just skipping that bit, going back to the king here. As the being in reverse. So there may be somebody that is an earth sign that's in your space that may be, I'm hearing a little bit negative, and he may be the one that holds some of the purse strings as well. So he may be like, I was just going to go with negative energy there. So I feel like part of me wants to leave him in that space, but I want to turn. But I'm hearing like spirit. This is like shifting the energy, turning it around. Is much more for you and that's it, rather than specifically just for the other person. But there's like, on saying that, there is when we get our head out around it, or when we get our energy right, when we get into a space of peace, calm, harmony, joy, expansion, no matter what, prosperity and abundance, no matter what's going on, it's like, and staying in this love vibration, it's like things, we shift our perspective about things kind of work out anyway. We just don't have to buy into that drama and waste a lot of energy, use up a lot of energy that is wasteful at the end of the day, or we could have spent that on something else, or you could have spent that doing something else. But anyway, this King of Pentacles, I do feel like on saying that, you can turn that around, but there is this male energy here, and he has got some, I feel like he's worked hard for his money, or he's worked smart, he's worked clever. There's a grounded sort of an energy about with this energy as well. So it's like he may work in the garden, or he may work, he may be an outdoorsy sort of a person, but he may also be an indoorsy sort of person, but like for work, but be like, love the outside, the nature side of things, because I'm just feeling the hearing and feeling this groundedness energy there. But I feel like this is something about also for maybe you to take into consideration, like to look at with your grounding as well. Taking that time to rest, not resisting it, shifting from this space of envy and like getting rid of that. So, but that's up the top there. So, and it may be to do with relationships. So, like this isn't, like I say, this isn't going to be for everybody. So just like I say, just take what does sit with you and leave what doesn't. So, but also thinking outside of the square with the envy, because I do feel like there may have been, but some of you are not in that space. So thinking about the word envy and maybe using another word that is more descriptive for you and sits well with you. So here's the moon card here. So there's something about energy shifting as well, keeping in mind about the energy shifts. I do feel like there is about, they talk about intuition, but I'm just hearing more energy shifts mostly, and not getting caught up in other people's energy. Be mindful of your own energy, that you're not putting out negative energy, and keeping it balanced is what I'm hearing with that one, okay? And then we have the Knight of Swords here coming in quite quickly. So there's something, feels like something must be coming out, because it's like the Knight of Swords moves quite quickly. Not always, some people don't always see that as a positive thing, because it can be there's swift movement coming out of the blue and or just rushing through. Could be, give you that feeling of something's like tip everything upside down, or be quite disruptive, or some people might say it opens up a can of worms or something. However, he's coming in, and I feel like there's something about getting something moving. But here is on the spiritual level, there's a choice that needs to be made, and something may be working all right here, but there's something new that's coming up. So, or that's coming up that maybe you might want to consider doing. Not necessarily about money, but I do feel like it is about some sort of funding or money, or financial support in some way. It could be a job or work. But it's also about energy and energy levels, but also family Pentacles of, work with me, talk to me about as well. So it may be that there's something going okay with the family, with family dynamics or something, but something new comes in. Do I want to add that, or do we expand, or or whatever that is, into doing something new or different with the money that's there? Or do we do something, or do we just like sell up, do this one? So it could be a house or a property, like I say, or a business, or something like that. It could be a family business, where they're talking about that with family, but it's like, but I'm hearing like something may already be working, but there's something, a new opportunity or something different comes on. So there's a decision about, do I do that, or do I do that? Do I move on to something new, or do I do both? That could be something that comes up for you as well on a spiritual level. So whatever that means for you, and it may be like part-time this, part-time that, for a while, until you, get a bit of a grounding. Then we have here the last card out, which has come out in reverse, is the King of Wands. So there's something, which is you, whether you're a male or you're female. So there's something that you may be resisting, some of you, is about moving forward, moving on. Or it may be that you're actually starting to do that now, but by the time you get that, or it may be that you've been doing that and there's a bit of a hiccup and it's like, whoa. So, about creating and getting moving in your own magic and putting your own ideas into action. So maybe, okay, I need to get a little bit of money together, which is what this is maybe about here. It's like you're like maybe, like talking to spirits, like, okay, how's that going to, but something's moving anyway there. But it's like, what I'm hearing is like there's some sort of energy shift or thought shift in there on saying that, which starts to get something moving. And then, to this part here. So, but do not shy away, because it's like, I feel like your soul energy is like trying to like lift up your energy here, because you got, you guys and girls are, quite energetic. But but maybe there's for some of you, there may be a little bit of block or a little bit of a lack of energy. So that's why I'm going to turn it around to like lift your energy. Okay, Saggies, and get cracking, and shifting your perspective and that side of things. So it's maybe, because I'm hearing for some of you is that maybe part-time, or part-time, which is like, I don't know, for an instance, 30 hours, not 40 hours, and then do something else part-time, your business as per se, or a project or something like that. It could be, it could be a myriad of whatever it is that's going on for you. And it could be, something like not doing that work anymore, but going into something new. It may be that you're looking at, studying and adding on, which means like you having to decrease your hours in order to do the study, to increase in the future the amount of money that you could be earning, or whatever it is. So there's something there, like a weighing up of which way shall I go on that one. So I just want to like use these cards now, and go into this and then see what happens, see what comes up, to explain that a little bit further. It feels like there's a lot going on here, so it's like, but I feel like that's something that's about doing something that you love. I feel like some of you may have been put in a position, or you may be like back and forth and bantering and that, but I do feel like, this one here, that's like just grounding yourself on saying that. What have we got here? Come on. With 4 cards. We've got for Sagittarius to round this up for the month of April 2021. So it's taking a little bit of time. So something has been taking a little while, happening or coming to fruition. So probably, I wouldn't be surprised if something like turns around, comes all at once. Okay, here we go. Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, a different, a new perspective on things, different way of looking at things pops up. The Queen of Pentacles, feeling more grounded, because she's more grounded in herself, and where she is. I love the tree at the back because it's her throne, and it looks like arms and everything that are coming around her. But she's holding her the pentacle in here at the heart, at the solar plexus area, but also I'm feeling the heart chakra. There's something about connecting everything together in her emotional attachments and things like that, but very grounded. And I love how the rabbits there in the, I was going to say dwarf, but it's actually a gnome, I think. Anyway, a fairy, dwarf, gnome, whatever they're called, whatever, however you say that for you. But she's there and she's grounded and she's in her element, is what I want to say. So the elementals there. She's in her element. She's knowing what she's doing, where she's going, and knows how to repeat that cycle as far as success and that sort of thing in business, family, as well as, you know, because I'm hearing about conserving her energy, being able to, you know, put her energy into this and that, but in equal amounts, so she's not overdoing it. So there may be something about some of you, like on a physical level, maybe looking at, you know, being mindful about what you're doing as far as work hours and balancing the energies and that sort of thing. The Ten of Chalices, the Ten of Cups coming through on the spiritual level here. So there's something on an emotional level that is being more grounded and more you know, it's interesting. It's the spiritual, like there. I'm loving this rainbow and the moon here in the background. So it's, you know, there is something about being more calm, centered, and focused, but just like calmer with things that are around you, because the Ten is like there's in going into this transition. So, and with this new perspective, that doesn't surprise me, the different way that you're seeing things. And discussing things or conversing things, communicating, it's like you're shifting into your power, but in a lot calmer way, because this Queen of Pentacles comes in a very grounded way, but also, you know, the Ten of Chalices, the Ten of Cups here is like talks about that transition of emotional side of things on a spiritual level, yes, but I kind of feel like it's more across the board, bringing about a more settled sort of energy. And then we have the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So it's like whether there is something, you know, whether on a soul level, like there is, what I'm hearing that is whether there is a financial setback or a shortage of things, there is something knowing that actually this too will pass. That's what I'm hearing with that one. Because the Five of Pentacles is generally talks about a setback of some sort, and there may be, but there's this beautiful big pentacle that's in the background. So that talks to me about, you know, tells me that there is something, this is just something, this too will pass. It's something that you've had to go through, and you've seen that, and now it's like, okay, I can work my magic and turn this around. And then we have the Five of Swords. So there's sometimes we can, you know, can go in our heads or go in your head about stuff and overthink things and think about more like, why not? Instead of, oh, why? Yeah, it's like, why, you know, that, oh, yes, why I can, you know? It's like, you know, well, why not go that way? Or why, you know, I don't know where I'm going with that one. But anyway, I think with what they're trying to say and what I'm trying to say is like, often we can go into, that fear-based way of thinking stuff about things, and it's like, and go into saying, well, like, I don't know, or I can't, and that sort of thing, or I can't see, or I don't know what's coming up, blah, blah, blah. But it's like getting out of that space with the swords and getting out of your head and switching things around from a fear base into a positive base, that actually I can do that. And I'm looking at that sword there, but pulling that sword out of the sand. It's not set in a rock, but they're reminding me of Excalibur, but I'm just like, but it's putting, you know, and so there may be some sort of difficulties in the way that you're saying. I'm just curious, like, at the way that I just said that. It's like it's not in a rock, like Excalibur was put in a rock. So it's in the sand, so you can pull it out. But it's like, it's hearing that, what I'm hearing is, as well as that you're just as special as anybody else. So like as in King Arthur pulling the sword out of the rock. Or you're no less special than anybody else, or you're no more special than anybody else. Does that make, you know what I mean? So you can pull that rock out of that sword out of that rock, and you can, you know, you don't have to be this or that. Okay, you can do that yourself and create the magic. It's up to you to pull that out. Okay, I kind of think around it going there. Okay, so anyway, those are the last words from Spirit and the guides. And the Guardians of the Light. Anyway, I hope that makes sense for you. And I hope that just gives you that little bit of a zhuzh up for throughout the rest of this month. And to continue your journey. Okay, beautiful. What I'm hearing is like vision board, maybe doing a little mini one for the vision week, board for a week, every week, and like getting something planning to just to zhuzh you up and just get you like your head in a work mode space, or and just line things up. Otherwise, because what I'm hearing like planning something to keep you on track. That's basically where they're going. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with now with you, with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure. Also in prosperity and abundance. Okay, bye for now, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.